Welcome to Beyond the Press Release, a production of Gore Call, in which we take the time to speak with small cap executives after they put out important news. With us today, Zane Callion, CEO, Michael Townsend, Director of what? Infinity Stone Ventures, trades in Canada under the stock symbol GEMS. You got to love that symbol, GEMS. For our friends in the US, TLOOF. For those of you to the story, as the name implies, the company is putting together the stones for the renewable energy, clean energy, green energy revolution that's coming, that is now unstoppable. The two press releases we're going to talk about. First, Infinity Stone Ventures provides further information regarding lithium claims adjacent to Frontier Lithium, and Infinity Stone Options Rockstone Graphite Project. Guys, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us, George.
Yeah, thanks, George. We're happy to be here.
Hey, so with these two press releases, because bang, bang, this has all happened just in the last 10 days or so, tongue in cheek, but you guys are really putting the stones together.
Yeah, we're moving quickly. We got to move fast. It's the whole industry is moving quickly, and all these car manufacturers are out there signing deals with junior companies. So we got to move quick. So we've got a few more stones lined up as well. So we've got 2 of the stones in the bag, and we got 4 more to go. Once you got all 6, you control the universe.
Who's going to do the snap? Is it going to be Michael or is it going to be Zane?
To be determined at this point.
We have the gauntlet, though. We have the glove with all the stones in it.
Yeah.
I was at Comic-Con, by the way, in Los Angeles a couple months ago, and there's this company that does these amazing, amazing projects. And one of them is the hand with the Infinity Stones. You buy for like $1,000 bucks. It was unbelievable how beautiful it was. But let's get to the stones that you've already amassed. Let's talk about the lithium side, specifically Pac South, Pac Southeast claims that you just acquired. These are an elephant country. That's what I'm amongst other things. That's what I really love about them. Let's talk about location, because that's so important.
Right. Zane, you want me to kick it off here?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So we acquired 100% interest, which is something that we really want to do, because with our model, acquiring all these projects, we're going to put the lipstick on them, we're going to dress them up, and then the model is to joint venture them out, the project generator model. So owning 100% was very important to us.
Okay.
We paid a pretty good price for it. We didn't overpay. And it's right beside the discovery. There's 2 discoveries, I believe, at Frontier Lithium, and they're just unbelievable, like 400 meters of 1.9%, 2% lithium. I mean, just world-class results.
I mean, how close are you to Frontier, Michael? Because these guys have their lithium pack deposit measured and indicated 6.7 million tons of 2% lithium. Their lithium spark deposit indicated 14.4 million tons. How close are you to them?
Well, we're right beside. We're tied onto them. I don't know exactly, maybe the distance. Zane might know it better, but let's say it's a kilometer or a kilometer and a half from our pegmatites. So our pegmatites are also mapped by the Ontario government. That's how Frontier made this discovery. They noticed the government of Ontario, they were out mapping the rock units, and they mapped the pegmatites. And Frontier staked most of them, but they didn't stake all the pegmatites for some reason. And so we noticed we wouldn't have just staked any geology, closeology. We would have wanted we would only take the right geology, i.e. the pegmatites. So we've staked 2 pegmatite units, and they're tight in close. These things are known to occur in clusters, as Frontier's already proven. They have 2 of them on their claim block. So we think it's a hell of a shot. I mean, obviously their stock's gone from 30 cents to, I think it's $3.50, $650 million market cap. So
what is it about what you, Zane, maybe you could touch on this. What is it about what you saw early on in these claims? Because like said, you're not just staking just for closeology. You're seeing something there. Are you able to share anything with us on that?
Yeah, I think, as Michael said, the Ontario Geological Society found very similar or had identified very similar pegmatites to what Frontier has on their property. And that, obviously, being that close and being pretty much adjacent to it. Also, I guess there was a lot of pegmatites that there's a lot of mineralogy there that they haven't identified, that just because they couldn't see it, it wasn't at surface. So we're pretty excited to get on the property this year and be able to kind of identify a little bit more and maybe find some more drill targets as well and take some samples.
So what does that look like, guys? Obviously,
Probably-
you want to kind of stay close on the news cycle with Frontier Lithium because they're doing a whole lot. What's next steps for you guys? Ballpark. I'm not putting you guys down on specific days, but give us a cadence for the next, for between now and the year end.
Well, we'll be able, the snow, it's Northern Ontario, about, is it about 700 or 800 kilometers north of Red Lake. So there's definitely snow on the property at this time of year. We need to have access to see the property, the ground, the rock units. So we're talking end of May at the earliest. Hopefully June will be on the property. Another bonus about being close to Frontier is if we do find what we're looking for there, we'll be able to, we can merge up with them or at least leverage the infrastructure that they're going to have to put in. They're going to have to punch the roads in. They're going to have to do all that. And theirs looks like it's going to be an economic deposit, and a mine will be built. So that's definitely, beneficial for us.
You guys think someone over at Frontier is kind of scratching their head and saying, how did we let these get away from us? Is their misfortune our gain?
Yeah, well, it's a good question. I don't know. I mean, they've got a big land position. They staked a lot of ground. They probably should have staked these just to have lots of elbow room and keep guys like us away. But a couple of them just slipped through the cracks here.
What kind of budget are you guys allocating for the year? Do you guys have a sense for that and the kind of work you're going to do?
No, not really, but I would say at least a couple $100,000 to get started, trenching and sampling. The other project that we're going to talk about is a lot further advanced. It's a lot closer to infrastructure, and that's probably where the bulk of our spending will be this summer, because they've already done some drilling there, and we want to twin one of the discovery hole, and we need to get some more material into the lab for metallurgical work. So the majority of our budget will be spent on the new graphite project this year.
And Zane, maybe last question on the lithium side. What are the basic milestones you're shooting for by the end of this year? What would you like to have accomplished?
I think get some more exploration work done, put some money into the property. We're also looking to kind of expand our lithium portfolio as well. I guess we have a couple things that we're looking at right now pretty actively, and we hope to give everyone an update on that pretty shortly.
Let's move over to the graphite side. So you've optioned the Rockstone Graphite Project. What I love about this one is tons of historical work done here already. First through Sabina Silver, then through Greencastle Resources. What caught my eye, guys, and then you obviously can talk a lot more about what else has caught your eye, but 2012 drill results included 24 meters of 25% carbon. If you don't mind, kind of explain the impact of that and how important that is.
Well, it's as high as almost any other graphite, mines or in the world. Mozambique is famous for graphite. I think they've got 27% ore mine there. In Canada, you got Northern Graphite, you've got Zentech, you've got Graphite One. They all run around between 10 and 12, 13%. So although we only have one hole, it's 25%. It sounds like we're going to be in that upper echelon, that that top quartile, which is where you want to be. Grade is everything in the mining business, and so that's very encouraging. And then also the number two box that's checked is the infrastructure. It's got road, it's got a highway to it, it's got rail. It's 50 kilometers from a port. It's 50 kilometers from a major city. It's, maybe you would know better how big Thunder Bay is. I mean, it's not a major city, but it's
very important city in Ontario. That's for sure.
Yeah. And it's a mining city with mining people. So if you do have a mine, there's going to be people there that know how to build it. There's people there that know how to operate it. So, and then your other client, they just announced that they were building a battery metals refinery with the support of the Ontario government, and that's in Thunder Bay as well. So how easy is that? How convenient is that? We just ship the stuff, and graphite is you've got to process it a little bit, but it's not, there's no blasting. It's not hard rock, so dig it, put it in the truck and send it to Thunder Bay. either goes on a ship to Germany or, or Musk picks it up himself. Either
Hey, devil's advocate, how are you guys able to pick it up? How are you guys able to pick up Rockstone? I guess Sabina, Silver, and Greencastle were maybe a little too early to the game. Is that what it was? And they just couldn't afford to hold on to it while, the graphite industry had to catch up?
They were looking for base metals. And as a matter of fact, it actually did run half decent base metal grades as an equivalent of 1% copper in this same drill hole, the 24 meters. The drill hole was longer than that. And I don't know what the intersection was. I can't remember, but it was running 1% copper equivalent. So it's also, there is base metals in the mix. And that's what they were looking for. And then back, 2012, when they discovered that this was 25% graphite was not in vogue, let's say. It's not a battery. Battery metals weren't that in vogue in 2012. And I guess, most of your listeners, or a lot of the listeners, will know that graphite, it takes about 30 times as much graphite to make a lithium ion battery as it does lithium. Even Elon Musk has said that it should have been called the lithium metal hydride battery instead of lithium. It should be called a graphite metal hydride.
Yeah, graphite, right.
So I think it has about 8 times more lithium by weight in the final product, but the way they pack it and they grind it, they lose about half of so they take 30 times and they whittle it down to about 10 times, and that's what goes into the battery. So it's very important. Huge project benchmark metals has projected huge deficits of graphite by the end of the last 2026 to 2030. Maybe Zane, you could touch on that.
Yeah. Benchmark Minerals said that there'll be a shortage this year, actually, and they're projecting that the price will rapidly increase, and it already has. So yeah.
Right. Yeah, I think there's a 2 million ton per year shortfall by 2030, which 2030 sounds like it's a long way away, but it's not really. Ontario is one of the top mining jurisdictions in the world. It's Canada, very safe. The money, our dollars, advantageous. We operate and in Canadian dollars, and then we sell the product in US dollars. So we make a spread, a delta there.
And the government's just announced all these new incentives too on the tax side. So
I was about to say, Ontario government, federal government, timing seems to be perfect, right, guys?
Couldn't be better.
Yeah, cracked this one right out of the park, George.
The other number that stood out for me was grade purity. Now, I don't know exactly what that means. That's why I'm the host and you guys are the brains. But I see here grade purity 96.11%. How important is that number? If you could put that into context in layman's terms for the rest of us.
Zane, you want to take that one?
Yeah. So, well, basically, the morphology of the graphite crystallites that are in this particular deposit, or what seems to be a deposit, I guess they're ideal for being ground up and going into these batteries. Just the way that it effectively is, or could be, we were hoping, is battery grade graphite.
Yeah, the way the crystals fit together, they can compress it and get as much into the unit as possible. So we're very encouraged by the shape and morphology. We have run it twice. I think the first pass we got it to 80-something%. Second pass we got it to 96%. But we need more sample. We need more core sample, and so we will be doing metallurgical work. As soon as we pull the next core out, it'll be off to the lab to be upgraded again. We need to get it to about 99.5% to be battery grade.
Well, you took the words out of my mouth there, Michael, which is obviously this is a much more advanced project. What can we expect? What is the cadence? What do the milestones look like for 2022 on Rockstone?
Well, we're told by the geologists, so we've hired the same geologic team that did the drilling back in 2000 and did the geophysics in 2009, did the drilling in 2011. It's Clark Exploration out of Thunder Bay, and they say that they could probably get on the property at the end of May. We're going to start with the 43-101, so we've engaged them already to start preparing, collating all the old data for 43-101. So they're going to start on that next week, and then we'll get on the property end of May, and they're already how many? I think there's like maybe 18 targets already on the property.
18 targets. Yeah.
18 targets already. So the first thing we'll want to do is drill that, twin that first hole. And, you know, we need some more of that 25% or 24% graphite. And then we'll start testing some of these other targets. And it's going to be fairly inexpensive because, you know, the mob and demob is a big part of these costs. And when you're on a highway, you do a truck mounted rig, and we can just get right in there with a truck mounted rig. No helicopters, no camp. You know, everyone goes back to Thunder Bay.
Everyone can go to Tim Hortons at noon, you know, at lunch. Go to Tim Hortons and come back.
Tim Hortons for lunch, you know. So it's going to be fairly inexpensive. I mean, again, we're not going to blow anyone away by the amount of money that we're going to spend. And I think maybe that could be the takeaway from this project, or our thinking is that we're probably only spend a couple $100,000 on this project as well this year. So, you know, what that does for us is we're not going to dilute the stock. We're not going to raise $5 or $6 or $7 million of flow through at 30 cents, you know, which a lot of these, you know, a nickel company, you got to put 300 holes in the thing, and you got to have 200 million shares or 300 million shares out, because it takes 10 years to drill it off every 20 meters. This thing, you don't have to drill it off like that. They're much, you know, they're much more, what's the word? Congruent. You know, the mineralogy is more consistent. So you don't have to drill the tight spacings. So we're not going to blow up this share structure. We're going to keep it tight. We're going to spend, you know, as little as possible. But, you know, we think because it's close to surface, it's close to the highway, we think we're still going to be able to get, you know, we'll probably drill a couple thousand meters this summer. It's about $125 a meter, I think, all in.
So do you think, do you guys think, so you're gonna kind of reassemble or update the 43101 just to bring it up to current standards, right?
Correct.
Do you think by the end of the year, after this drilling program, you might update that 43101 again? Is that the plan?
Sure, yeah. The first 43101 will not have a resource calculation in it, and hopefully things go well. Let's say we drill in June, July, and everything's great. You know, then we'd raise some money and go back in and drill September, October, and then we could probably have a resource calculation, which would be 43101 compliant as well. You know, hopefully by the end of the year. And again, as I say, your step out holes can be 100, 200 meters apart. So we won't need nearly as many holes as some of these deposits would. And when you're talking 25% over 25 meters, yeah, that's a ton of, excuse me, it's a lot of tons of graphite.
Guys, how perfect is your timing, given what's happening in the space, given the fact that we know lithium's going to be in deficit, graphite's going to be in deficit. You know, how perfect is your timing, and what's the macro picture? Look, we've had a lot of fun in this interview, but you guys are serious business guys. What's the macro picture that you think we're heading into, and that Infinity Stone is going to be able to take advantage of?
Well, I mean, I think we touched on it a little bit, that there's going to be deficits for both these metals. You know, the lithium price has gone up, I think, 500% this year alone. It's up to $71,000 a ton or something like that right now in China. Graphite's, you know, not as expensive, but it's on the same trajectory. And then, you know, there's a few more stones that we're looking at. So our kind of model is we want to be like the one-stop shop for battery metals. You get your manganese, you get your cobalt, you know, you get your lithium, your graphite. I mean, we might even just sell you the whole battery.
Well, I love the name Infinity Stone. So many companies use non-marketing friendly names, right? But I love the fact that your name, tongue in cheek, if you're a fan of the Avengers, if you're not, your kids probably are, yes, but captures the essence of what you guys are trying to do, which is to get exposure to the entire stone rock complex that's going to be servicing electric vehicles and renewable energy. Exactly.
Yeah, we like to say that the stones are really lining up for us, or as Zane likes to say, we're finding hidden gems.
Well, hey, the play on words are multiple, but the fact of the matter is, you guys got, you know, fun aside, you guys got two great acquisitions already in terms of projects. Last question, by the way, how were you guys able to get Rockstone? Because so I get how you guys were able to get, you know, Pac South and Pac Southeast on the lithium side. How did you guys scoop this up? How did others miss this?
Well, I mean, the prospector, he lives in Thunder Bay. He's, you know, he focuses mostly on gold, and his name's Ken Kuki. I've known him for years and years. I've been in the business for 25 years. So, and been involved in many sort of industrial metals project. I had my two biggest successes were a anthracite coal deposit in British Columbia back in the early 2000s. And then in the mid 2007, 2008, we did a company called Raytech Metals. That was a big potash deposit that we discovered in Saskatchewan. So I've just got a pretty big Rolodex, and I put out the tentacles saying that, or the feelers saying we need graphite, we need battery metals, we need lithium, and Ken came back and said, I got a brilliant graphite project. And, we negotiated hard. He wanted a lot more than we ended up giving us. And this project's a lot more expensive than the Pac South. I think it's $2 million cash over 9 years and 500,000 shares of our stock. So pretty doable deal. I think what's our payments year 1 and 2, Zane? Pretty like 75 grand year 1.
50 and 75. Yeah.
50 and 75. So very achievable, but if it's what Ken thinks it is, he's going to get his $2 million
and that speaks to the quality of your Rolodex, right, Michael? Because if I called up Kookie, okay, I don't know him. If I called him up and said, hey, I got a bucket load of cash, chances are he probably wouldn't do the deal with me because he wouldn't have any confidence that I'd be able to fulfill at the end of the day. So what does it say about the quality of the team at Infinity Stone that you guys are able to nab a couple of these the way you have versus other guys who might have deep pockets but just don't have the experience?
Right. Yeah. Well, I think that's, when you get to a certain age, that's why your income goes up, is because you got a good Rolodex, and hopefully you haven't burnt very many bridges. You got a good reputation, and good projects flow, and you can leverage all the relationships that we've built over the last 25 years in the industry. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to get back to it. PDAC, I guess, is going to be in the summer this year. I can leave my parka at home.
Yeah, you and me both, June 13th to 15th. I think it's going to be one hell of a raucous party, and you guys are going to have quite the coming out party because
we'll be rocking, as they say.
Yeah.
What's that?
We'll be rocking.
Yeah. We're gonna have a separate interview just on all the different play on words we can do with Infinity Stone.
There you go.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But guys, in the meantime, congratulations. I mean, these are two big pieces of your puzzle. I love the rename, the branding, love the ticker symbol, but more importantly, you've got the projects to back it up. It's not just the play on words, it's the real deal. Can't wait to see what you guys are going to do in 2022 with both of these. And from the sounds of it, it sounds like more is to come. No, it's not.
Yeah, we got a few more tricks up our sleeve here. So maybe have us back in another 30 days or something, and we'll bring everyone up to speed on where we're at.
I'll have you guys back every 10 days. Look, the market's hungry for this kind of information. I'm a shareholder, so we got no problem talking every 10 or 15 days. You guys just keep bringing the stones.
That's right. Okay, let's get stoned.
All right, gents, thank you. Have a great day. Thanks for joining us. To everybody at home, you've been watching or you've been listening by podcast on Spotify, Google, Apple, your favorite podcast platform. To both Zane Calley, the CEO, Michael Towns, the director of Infinity Stone Ventures, brand new company, brand new branding, brand new stock symbol, GEMS, GEMS. So to do your due diligence, 2 ways to do it. First, get to the company's profile page on Agoracom to get a good 1,000-foot overview. And then from there, hop over to the company's website to do your deep dive due diligence. Because if you believe in the future of electric vehicles, the renewable energy revolution, what Ontario is doing specifically to move these critical metals forward, because the demand that's coming and the deficiencies that are already there, then you've got to do your due diligence on Infinity Stone. Just don't say 12 months from now we didn't tell you so. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day. See you next time.
Thanks, George.
Hey guys, this video is over, but don't forget to help your company by liking it and then leaving a comment below. And then don't forget to help yourself by subscribing to our channel so you don't ever miss another great Agoracom small cap video.